Hi, love. Welcome back to Galley Gourmet with me, Jay. Today happens to be Cinco de Mayo as we're filming, so we're going to jump in the galley and make some delicious food. But first, we're going to make some margaritas. So we're going to start with, I'm measuring everything. Everything's going to go into this picture, so it might seem a lot, but trust me, it's worth it. We're going to start with 2 cups of tequila. Yes, tequila. Again, I know it sounds like a lot, but it's a big picture. Not picture, pitcher. I haven't even had one yet and I'm already messing up here. All right, 2 cups of tequila. Next, 2 cups of triple sec. That goes right in. And we need 2 cups of lemon juice and lime juice. But I'm cheating. We all know how much I like to cheat on food here, so we just squeeze that right on in. Okay, that's 2 cups of lemon and lime juice, 2 cups of water. This is an easy recipe. Once you write it down, you got it. You won't even have to think twice when you keep making these. Oh, almost forgot. We need limeade. And we need a cup. Oh, it's a new bottle. Hold on. I can't get it. Oh. Thank God for a bartender, a real bartender. There we go. That goes right on in. I need a stir, Heather. Oh, wait, okay.
Oh, not that one. I mean, that would not.
Oh, you can choose your weapon wisely. Now we're just gonna give this a stir. Ooh, there we go. And we're gonna take some lime, rim our glasses, dip it in some salt, we need some ice, and pour. Try not to get it all over the place. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I think I'm gonna have to make another picture of these. Not gonna last long. Follow me into the galley as we whip up Cinco de Mayo food. Those margaritas are good. All right, now let's get started on today's festivities. We're gonna start with enchiladas, seafood enchiladas. We're also gonna be making fish tacos, but I wanna marinate the fish first. So we're gonna start with the fish first so I can put that in the refrigerator, let that kind of get to know each other, and then we're gonna move on to the seafood enchiladas. So here's step 1. We're gonna put in a Ziploc bag some fish. I've got this beautiful cod that we're gonna cut into strips. And we're gonna throw these into the bag, and another fillet. To this bag, we're gonna add some olive oil. Do about half a cup of olive oil in this. Just wanna get a nice coating on there. We're gonna start with 2 limes, see where we go. You know, sometimes some of these are juicier than others, and these seem pretty good. Now we don't want to marinate this too long. We want it in there for about 15 minutes. Any longer than that, the acid will start cooking the fish, per se cook. It starts hardening up, drying out, and we want to keep this fish moist. There we go. Thank you for coming. Again, we're going to use one of my favorite spices. I'm gonna do probably about tablespoon and a half of that. To that, I want some garlic, about a tablespoon of garlic, a couple tablespoons of cumin, and we're gonna seal this up. Give it a nice little toss. Make sure everything is nice and coated, just like that. We're gonna pop this in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. And then we're gonna move on into making the seafood enchiladas. All right, now let's start with the seafood enchiladas. We're gonna start, now first of all, you're gonna see that I have all these containers out. Because we're doing so much today and I've got several people coming over, I went ahead and pre-prepped last night to get things ready. So that's why you see all these containers, so you'll see me opening a lot of these up. Just to let you know. We're gonna start I've got my pan heated. We're gonna start with some shrimp. As we go through, we're gonna start with shrimp first because they will take just a little bit longer, but we don't wanna cook all the seafood through because once we assemble, they are gonna go in the oven and cook for about 20 minutes or less. So we're gonna start with shrimp and just start getting a nice color on here. We like that sound, don't we? Yes. Kind of spread them out, let them go. Thank you for coming. And to these, we're gonna add some salt and some pepper. And since we have it out, I'm gonna add a little bit of my Chesapeake Bay seasoning. Let those get a good start. So now we're gonna add some scallops. Now in the freezer, I had Bay Scallops in there. Bay Scallops are your larger scallops. These are the ones that are great for searing and serving for dishes, for main courses. There's also Bay Scallops. Bay Scallops are smaller. Since I have the larger ones, what I went ahead and did, I took these and I just cut them in quarters. That way they're a little bit smaller, and this would be about the size if you had Bay Scallops. So either scallops that you have, if they're the larger ones, quarter them up. If you have the smaller ones, dump them on in. So here we go, let's check on our shrimp. Okay, as you can see, they are starting to peeking up. So now we can add our scallops. To the scallops, I just want to add a little bit more salt. We want to season as we go, each dish, and we're going to give that a toss. Okay, now we're going to add our crab. I have about 2 pounds of crab. And again, this is already pre-cooked. I've gone through it, picked out some of the shells, and we're going to dump this right in here. Now you want to be delicate not to break up the crab too much because you still want the chunks in there. Okay, let that heat through. And the reason why I'm not starting the sauce right now is because when I take the shrimp or the seafood out, let that rest, I'm gonna make the sauce in the same pan so we get all that flavoring going together. This looks good. Now we're just gonna transfer this. I probably should have a larger spoon. Take this out. Okay, clean up on aisle 6. And while my pan's nice and hot, I am going to add half a stick of butter. Goes right on in there. We're gonna add some diced onion and some salt and pepper. Let's give that a nice little stir. All right, now we're gonna whisk in some flour. Did a half stick of butter, so probably do about 1/4 cup of flour. And we're gonna give this a good whisk. We're gonna cook down some of this raw flour flavor. And that only takes a few minutes, not even minutes. Now to this, we're gonna add some fish stock. I'm gonna want 2 cans of that. I'm gonna raise the heat up and let this come to a simmer and thicken up. Now I have a can of salsa verde that I wanna add to here just to give it a little flavoring. And we're gonna give that a stir. And to this, we wanna add some heavy cream. Do about a half a cup. Then we're gonna add some Monterey Jack cheese. And again, probably about a half cup or so. We're gonna wanna save some of this for the topping. What I wanna do now is take some of this sauce. Just wanna put it right on the bottom of this pan. I've got some tortillas here. So what we're gonna do is lay the tortillas in here, take some of our filling, try to get a little bit of everything in there. And then with our cheese, we're gonna add some cheese to that. And then we just roll it up and stick it off to the side. Continue to do this until this dish is all full. All right, now what I want to do is take some more of the sauce. We're gonna spoon it right on top of here, just to coat the very top of this. Then we have all of this seafood that's left over. And that goes right on top of here. And because we have extra sauce, that I do like to serve on the side after this is baked up. So we're just gonna add a little bit more to this right now. And then on top of this, we're gonna add more cheese. Because we love cheese. Yes, we do. I do. You do too. Okay, now we're gonna pop this into a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. We'll check in 15. Okay, now while that's in the oven, I'm gonna move on to a corn salad or a salsa. It depends on how you wanna look at it. It's great with chips, it's great as a side. So, I had grilled up some corn earlier and cut them off the cob. So we're just gonna add that right into this bowl. I'm gonna add some tomato. I have a can of black beans that I have drained and rinsed, some diced red onion, and use some salt and some pepper. And I have just a simple salsa dressing. I'm gonna pour right on top of that. Let's give that a toss. And once we get all this mixed up, I'm gonna chop up some fresh cilantro. And we're gonna top that on here, and then we're gonna pop this in the refrigerator so that everybody gets to know each other. Okay, that looks pretty well mixed. Let's get some cilantro. We're just gonna lay that right on top. And now I just wanna crumble up some Mexican cheese. Any somewhat soft, hard cheese that you can just crumble on here. Feta would be fine if you can't find Mexican cheese. And there you have it. Corn salad or salsa, depends how you wanna have it. And now let's pop this in the refrigerator. Now let's make pico de gallo. And again, we're gonna use some tomatoes. I've got diced white onion, sweet white onion, some jalapeno peppers that I diced up. Now here I took the seeds out, mostly the seeds, and the membranes. If you want it spicier, go ahead and keep the seeds in there and the membranes. It's more the membranes that have the heat than the seeds, but combine, if you want the heat, keep it all in. If not, dig it out like I did. Give that a quick stir. Again with some salt, some pepper, some olive oil, and probably about 2 limes. Make sure you roll them on out, loosen them up. That way we can get all the juices out and squeeze the limes in there. Okay, let's get that a nice little toss. And we're gonna pop this into the refrigerator. All right, it's been about 15 minutes now, and I'm going to take our wonderful fish, and we're gonna stick them right in this pan. Oh, wish you could smell this. The flavor smells delicious. Oh, come on, little guy, one more room, one more, make room. Everyone be nice, make room. There we go, there we go. Now these are gonna cook for about 4 minutes per side. We'll check it out. What we wanna do is just, when we flip them, we want them still firm, but we wanna make sure that they're still together, but then slightly flaking when they're done. When they're slightly flaking, then we know they're done, and we can start building our fish tacos. The fish is starting to flake here, so let's go ahead and take this out. All right, now it's time to assemble our tacos. So I've got these handy dandy little taco holders that we're gonna fill up with our tortillas. Now we're gonna add some of the cabbage that I have that I just mixed, just red cabbage with some of the salsa dressing that I used earlier. Fill our tacos with this. Now we're gonna add our fish right to here. Oh, this fish smells so good. And now I wanna add some of our pico. That goes right on top. Just want to use some more, so can you? Oh, you could do. There you go. And then just for some color, I wanna chop up some cilantro and just sprinkle that on top. All right, round 1 done. And let's wait on the enchiladas. Guess what? Perfect timing. Enchiladas. Done. Now that we have this gorgeous sauce, I just want to add just a little bit more on here. And then to this, I have some sliced green onion that we're just going to sprinkle right on top. Okay, does this not look good or what? Okay, I think we're ready for our feast. Cinco de Mayo style on Andiamo. Hey guys, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
We got a good spread here. So we've got seafood enchiladas, fish tacos, corn salsa or salad, guacamole, rice, pico de gallo, manja. Cheers.